Tonight, President Trump just announced on Twitter that the United States has reached a signed agreement with Mexico. The tariffs that were scheduled to be implemented on Monday were suspended indefinitely in exchange for Mexico taking strong measures to stem the tide of migration through Mexico. Mexico had already begun taking action earlier this week. The Mexican military, police, and immigration agents blocked the advance of 1,000 Central American migrants. And according to reports, the government proposed to send 6,000 National Guard troops to its southern border with Guatemala. Joining us now for reaction, Fox News contributor Tammy Bruce and Arizona Congressman Andy Biggs. Tammy, I'll go to you first. I mean, we know the media can't stand this president, but is there any way to frame this other than a big win for the Trump administration?
Well, it obviously is. I mean, what a concept that Mexico would actually take control of their southern border. And they've done so in the past. We know they can. It's very strange that they just kind of weren't. And all these thousands of 144,000 people that we actually captured. Who knows how many got through beyond that in the month of May. It's an obscene number of people, and not just, of course, people from South and Central America, from Congo, from Algeria, from Angola, et cetera, right, from Africa, all around the world. Bottom line is, it is undeniable now, as we know, this is not just it's a humanitarian crisis, but also it is a health crisis with everything else that's going on with infectious diseases. I've got a column up now at foxnews.com addressing that as well. These are remarkable events. The president's approach worldwide on tariffs, this is another example of his strength with the economy and using it for the benefit of the United States, not just with the economy, but for our national security. It has not happened before. No other president has done it, right, and or maybe tried, has not done it properly. This president has. Not only does it not matter that the Democrats won't admit it. Right now, we understand how great this president is, and history will prove him to be one of the greatest presidents. One other thing. Independent Women's Voice, of which I'm president, has a petition for the president and for the CDC regarding the health crisis. You can learn more about that at iwv.org, which is being facilitated in part at the border and this crisis.
Gotcha. Congressman Biggs, so the media has a 100% success record of failure. They succeed at failing 100% of the time when criticizing Donald Trump. It's amazing. Their success record is unparalleled there. But one of the things they knock him on frequently is his unpredictability. But do you agree with me here? I don't want to put words in your mouth, but his unpredictability here has been a huge asset because every other president, both Republican and Democrat prior to this, has been very predictable on the immigration crisis at the border. You know what they would predictably do? Zero. Absolutely right. Nothing. Yes. And President Trump got a win. Your thoughts on that?
Yeah, no, Dan, you're exactly right. I mean, when you think about it, his unpredictability, I don't like to think of it as unpredictability. I like to think of it as some kind of strategic chaos, because the one thing that is predictable, and we saw this here, is that if he says he's going to do something, he's going to do something. And so the Democrats are all over him this week after he comes back from Europe saying, the rest of the world doesn't have respect for Donald Trump in the United States. Go tell that to Mexico. Go tell that to China. Both are reacting to strong President Trump policies that really have driven this, and I hope ultimately will solve this border crisis through his policies of toughness. And that's really what we haven't had in a long time. He's keeping his promises. It's now up to Congress to kind of catch back up and keep our promises as well. So I think it may be unpredictable to some, but you know what? He's been a disruptor. But when you keep your promises, when he says something, you may not have been expecting it, but you can expect one thing, that he's going to keep it. And you know how it's
unpredictable? Is that it smashes the status quo. It moves us forward. It eliminates the dynamic of what the system has been expecting, which is the same dynamic, the global world, the new world order.
Let me ask you this, because you just said something. I'm dying to get your take on this. Is this a remnant of the fact that Trump is not a swamp creature? He has not grown up in the ways of Washington to learn to be helpless, to learn to capitulate? Is that why he says, you know what, well, why can't we impose tariffs? Because we've never done it before. Well, has anyone tried it? No. Well, is this just Trump being Trump? Like, I'm not going to do it the old way. The old way doesn't work.
It is, and it's also the economy, the remarkable renaissance of this economy, and the expectation, because he knows what he's doing, that it will continue. So it allows you to take additional steps. But of course, his approach is the approach for the American, and the Mexican citizen, the citizen of the world who wants a world that we can get rid of terrorism, deal with these international scourges of these infectious diseases that are moving around, the chaos that Europe is seeing. The world is seeing this. The citizen is seeing a citizen representative as embodied by Donald Trump. And of course, you say unpredictable only because he's successful. And I guess success for the swamp is this strange, unpredictable thing they haven't seen before. Welcome to it. Bring it on. There will be more, 6 years more, but there's a lot more to do. So it's an exciting time.
Congressman Biggs, a quick last word from you. Are we going to see an economic rebound now from this? I mean, this is going to be this is big news. I know the stock market got a little jittery about it.
Yeah, we're going to see a rebound. The jittery was fake. This is real, and I think we're going to be strong, and the economy is going to continue on an upward swing. Absolutely.
Thanks a lot, Congressman. Congressman Tam.